Hello, everybody. This is Nancy Briggs. I am your instructor for Art History Survey 2 from the right before the Renaissance to the present day. I like to start off with these slides here to show you the journey we're going to take. So we're going to start off with the very late Gothic style. This is Impressionist art. Photography will be invented, and these things here in the middle will sort of change everything in the art world, leading to very individual styles, such as Picasso's style here. Um, so buckle up. Here's the information on me. I am here on campus teaching. This is my only online course, so feel free to drop into my office hours. Lots of you who I have taught before um, know me, and you might know where my office is in BT 232. And here are my office hours, so you can drop in. Obviously, email is a very easy way to get in touch with me. And during my office hours, my phone will ring and I will answer it. All right, so that's me. You'll be introducing your own self to the discussion board this week. Um, so what this course is about, it is designed to provide you with the tools and terms to understand art in an historical context. We're going to start with right before the Renaissance, go through the Renaissance all the way up until almost the present day. We're going to look at cultures, different types of art they make. We're going to look at why people have made things, whether it's political or commercial or religious. And lastly, we'll look at the influence of art from one time period to another, which I feel is really the crux of studying art history. Conveniently, it's very linear and it makes total sense how art develops um, in time. So the structure for the course, I run this course like a Tuesday, Thursday course. That gives you two opportunities for that means more attendance reasons or more attendance opportunities, which I feel is better than once a week, which gives you very limited amounts of times you can miss things. Um, Assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. I open the modules ahead of time the Friday before, if not earlier, which means if you do all your work on the weekends, you can do it the weekend before. As long as you have done that assignment that is due that day, no matter if it's a week before or whatever, it counts as your attendance. If you do not do the assignment due that day, you will receive an absence. Um, Attendance obviously is bound to your assignments. If there are more than one assignment for the day, if you do at least one of them, that's still a presence because you have an online presence. I don't suggest missing any work, but that's what it is. The exception for all of this is this very first week because of this um, test you have to take to get even into the course and all your online courses if you take more than one. So I have put the first assignment not due until Sunday to give you time to get in there, take that test, and then have access to the course materials. All right, let me show you. This video really is about showing you how to find everything in the course. So this is our Blackboard. I put a nice Courbet funeral scene up here for you. So everything here on the tabs will work. So if you log into the course and you can see this is your announcement that the school has put on there for the entry verification test, please take that right away. And if you have other online courses, I know you have to take all of them, take the same test for everything. That's just the way. I don't have any control over this. This actually just appeared to me this week. So go ahead and do it. It's very easy. It won't take you 20 minutes. You can get through it. Getting a 70 is not hard. It doesn't count for me as a grade for me. It counts for the college that you are. It's a presence. It's your entry into the course. It's not about the course. It's about college. All right. So you're going to take that first. But until you take this, you will not be able to see all the rest of the stuff I'm showing you, but you will be able to see all these tabs over here. So a lot of the stuff I'm showing you, you can access here because maybe you signed up for the course and you're trying to decide if this is the course for you. If and if you don't want to take this test, go ahead, listen to this video and look through all this stuff and then decide, then take the test and jump in. All right, so entry verification, that's already there. Um, course information, it's all on a getting started thing, which I'll show you. The syllabus and the schedule are here. Go ahead and look those over. I'm going to go over those very briefly in a second on a different module, but they are here for you if you didn't take the test yet for you to look at. The attendance policy is also there to look at. I'm going to go over that in a minute. Contact information, as I just said for me, same thing up here. Whoops, I got to change my office. I got a new office. And then this is the my bosses. And then here's the discussion board that you will be using. I'll show you in a minute. And then here's our modules and the calendar. So for me, everything is assigned on the modules. You can use the calendar. I have already assigned things. Um, so you can see you have your first deadlines this Sunday. Then there's Tuesday. Um, Tuesday, and I'll have something Thursday. This is your test to get into the course. So all of these things are coming up for you. You can use the calendar, but sometimes, these grades or the due date does not generate. Please use the modules as your guideline. I post them ahead of time so you'll know exactly what you're supposed to be doing and what's due when. And the whole course is organized in the modules week by week. So I would like you to use that as your guide for how to get everything. As you can see, you're not going to be able to see these things until you do that test, but I'm going to show you them anyway. All right, so what this course is about, that's what I just put in my slides. There's the syllabus, which again, you can get to over here. The course schedule, you can get to over here. And then this is just college Blackboard stuff. These are not my videos. This is if you are new to online learning, um, how to navigate Blackboard. I'm showing you how to navigate it in my class, but it might be helpful for another class. How to answer and respond to discussion questions. It's kind of self-explanatory, but if you need help, there it is. And if you'd like to change your little icon, there's a video here how to show how to do that. All right, so that's just the getting started. I put that all in one module, so you have like this is the informational packet um, for you. All right, so week one module, you can see I've told you, well, you can see on mine, not on yours yet, um, exactly what you should be doing. In red are the due dates, what you need to do. So I have gotten you all until Thursday the 12th. So that's a week. So this is all what you're going to, I'm calling this all week one since I've given you an extra deadline because of this entrance verification thing. All right, so you're going to learn how to navigate the course. You're doing that now. You can register for MindTap and read the textbook introduction. You're going to take the MindTap quiz. I'll show you where all this is. Participate in class discussion on the discussion board. Respond to 2 others by Tuesday, and then chapter 14 and 2 quizzes. There's a chapter quiz and an image quiz for all of the chapters. If you've taken MindTap before, they're a lot easier than, say, inquisitives. You have multiple guesses you can have, etc. So I would like you to do these, and they count for a grade. So I'll show you how important they are in a minute. All right, so these are all the modules, and this gets you. I'm gonna both week one and two will be open once you do that test. So you can, go for it. If you're a person who likes to work ahead, say, something's coming up, go ahead and do up to week two. I'll get you all the way to the 19th on this. The problem is that you might be the only person posting on the discussion board. So um, you might have to go back and check that if you're way ahead of everybody else. That's the downside of working ahead. If you are going to go somewhere and like you're not going to be in town for a week in the near future, and I haven't posted the module yet, please shoot me an email. I will open it up for you or I'll tell you what to do. I'm totally okay with you working ahead. ahead is way better than working behind. All right, so that's where that stuff is. But let me just go ahead and go over the syllabus a little bit to stress some things that you need to know. I'm trying not to make this really long because I've made many videos for you already, as you will see. All right, so this is all the stuff here. You have the text you've already paid for. It's all inclusive. It's on our Blackboard, and I'll show you that in a minute. Um, these are the objectives. You can go ahead and read through those. I'm sure you will. All right. More importantly, attendance policy. Because I run this as a Tuesday, Thursday class, and it's, oops, it should be just online, 16 weeks. Um, there's just one discrepancy for um, the attendance. One is if you have been absent consecutively, or if you've been absent here and there. If you're absent non-consecutively, you get 4 absences, and on the 5th absence, you will be disenrolled. If consecutively 4 classes you are missing, you have not turned anything in, that equals 2 weeks. And as you can see down here in red, this is the campus policy. After 14 days of inactivity, you will be disenrolled. So that is the 4th day, 4th day. So if you disappear for 2 weeks, on the 4th day, you will be disenrolled. If it's just sporadic, on the 5th day, you will be disenrolled. I know that if you've been here more than one semester, you know about reinstatement. That is a possibility um, to come back to the class. However, that's not a given. If you have been absent 5 times and it's beyond the midterm and you have a very low grade, you and I will have a conversation about if it will be a successful endeavor for you to be reinstated. If you are withdrawn, I will email you and say, "Hey, I'm withdrawing you. You've reached the limit." You must get back to me and ask for reinstatement. It is not an automatic thing. I cannot reinstate you until you ask me to, and then we will go from there. All right. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. All right, so each week there'll be chapter reading assignments and quizzes from the textbook, which I'll show you. There'll be discussion questions most weeks. If we have a lot of other things, or there's a test, or if it doesn't fit in nicely, um, then there won't be a discussion question. The discussion board I will show you later. Um, is usually a prompt, something about the readings. Sometimes it's a project that you've done. You're going to post that and you're going to respond to other people's projects. So you'll put your answer or project, and then that's one day due date. And by the next, whatever, Tuesday, Thursday, you will respond to 2 other students. And it should have some value to it. It shouldn't just be good job or something like that. Be very specific, please. It's an academic situation, and language and attitude should be or reflect that. All right, you can work ahead, as I said. There'll be 2 tests that combine chapters. There'll be creative and choice-based assignments. We'll do like a perspective drawing. We'll do other things when we have a chance. I know a lot of you are art majors, and those you will just you'll get a grade for those, and those I hope break it up and are a little bit more fun. There's a midterm and a final exam. The final exam is comprehensive. There are several steps to the final exam. So it's not just based on, and the midterm has a project with it too. So they're not just based on a test. Um, so collectively, they will equal the percentage. Um, so the MindTap, the textbook quizzes are worth 20%. The discussion board is 10%. Chapter tests, those 2 tests are 15% collectively. The midterm with all of its parts is worth 10%. And all other assignments, whether it's a written assignment, like we have chapter questions coming up, projects, those are worth 25%. So don't blow those off. Those are weighted, as you can see, pretty highly. And that is because those are more what you can do rather than just reading and taking tests. So then your final exam with all its parts is worth 20%. All right. So the grading system, this is the college scale. You've probably seen that. All right, late work, except for the MindTap quizzes, the chapter quizzes, all late work will have a full letter grade, 10% deducted per day until it's received by the instructor. So if it's due Tuesday and it was worth, say, 10 points, if you don't pass it in, it's worth 8 points on Wednesday. It's 2 points less, 10%, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's up to you. Uh, I mean, I'm encouraging you to do everything on time, but you can still do things late. Don't just say, oh, I missed the deadline, that's it, except for the MindTap quizzes. So the MindTap quizzes, um, as you can see, are worth, whoops, sorry, 20%. And how many chapters do we have? 12 chapters, I believe. And there's two quizzes per each. However, I'm going to drop the two lowest grades. So if you miss one, don't panic. You were going to get one dropped anyway. It can be a 0. It doesn't have to be an 80. If you miss two, still don't panic, but be concerned. I mean, these are things you're responsible for the chapters. So, um, but the rest of them, please do them. I'm just going to say there is a difference between grades that I can see the data. When a student does all of the chapter readings and quizzes, they usually have a higher grade than somebody who blows them off. And 20% is 20%. That adds up. So I highly recommend doing them. All right. Um, let's see what else. The two lowest mind tab grades. There it is right there. All right. Uh, so if you miss something and make it up, something you can make up, don't forget you're still going to be marked absent. So say there's even just a discussion question. That's the only thing you have to do. And those are not lengthy. You don't do it. That's an absence. Then you do it the next day. Well, you'll get a point off, but you've still will be absent. That you can't take away the absences. The absence policy is for accountability that you have had some presence online. This is an online class, so it's very, very important that you have good internet, especially when we're taking tests. If the test times out because you had some glitch, you can't, it will kick you off the test, and that's it. Um, this is your responsibility. I can't stress that enough. Um, there are many reasons why students have the test timeout, and I will go over all of that. There'll be a video on how to take a test in this class with some very helpful tips, and you can avoid all of this. So please don't write to me and say, I've been absent for 2 weeks because my laptop fell in the bathtub. That is not an excuse. Come to campus if you can, or whatever. You have to find a way. Is all I can say, because then those absences are absences, and at some point, the grades are going to be Fs that you haven't passed in. All right, all this other stuff is from the college catalog, so you can go ahead and read all of those. And there's the contact stuff again. All right, let's see what else we need to do here. I need to show you the book. So when you first go into the book, you can access it here or on the modules, um, where each module I have the chapters preloaded for you. This is all the stuff that's due this week. So here's the introduction quiz. There's lots of supplemental materials, videos, flashcards. Sometimes there's other stuff. Those are not mandatory, but I feel they're very, very helpful, especially if you're a video learner. And I also make videos per chapter for you. Um, and I've heard lots of responses from students that those are, the book is the book, but since I make the test, I highly recommend watching the videos. All right, so let me just show you. Week 2 has the video on it, I believe. There it is. So this is I'm sorry, my voice, just like now, with all of the slides that I feel are important. I will also, I didn't put it here, but I will put it here, upload a slideshow, like a PowerPoint, with the slides that I stress in the video, because we don't have time to study, 2000 works of art. I wish we did. I love them all. They're all great. If they're in the textbook, they're all important. But at some point, I have to edit and only teach some. So there's some minuscule things in your textbook that they might even ask you on MindTap, but I'm not going to cover that in my class because it's too much, right? So the video lectures narrow it down. And I mean, it's not because I'm doing it, but it's because it's a focused approach to learning the information. So I highly recommend them. These aren't graded, but they are there for you. When I get enough chapters, I'll start a tab over here so that they'll be all together. So when you go back for the midterm or something, they'll all be in one place. All right. So these I feel are the most helpful, and I will upload the slides. So if you want to study those, or even you can edit those, you can take notes on those and get those ready for exams coming up. That will be the most helpful way to do that. And I'll put that all on the exams. All right. You also need to know where the discussion board is. Oh, sorry. When you first log in to the book, even if you click the other way, you will have to register. If you've already taken Art 114, I think it might remember you, but you might have to register again. Either way, you're not buying anything, you're just registering, and then you'll have access to all of it. All right, so that's the book, that's the assignments. The discussion board is over here. Here's our first discussion that you were going to do by, whoops, I got to change this to Sunday. This darn test that they're making you do is really ruining everything. All right. You're going to read the introduction first, and then you're going to answer this question. Don't forget you have the introduction quiz too. I'd like you to introduce yourself to the class, and then I want you to answer the prompt, why do people make art? Not what is art, why do people make art? In Art 114, we discuss what is art a lot. Uh, but I feel it's really important in this section to talk about why, because people used to need art in a strange way, whether it was political or religious, or magic, as in Paleolithic art. But contemporary people or modern art, we don't need it. So why does it continue? And it's a big question, and you will be answering in your own opinion. Okay, I don't want you to look it up on Wikipedia or even a good site. I want your opinion because what you think about art matters. And then you will respond to two different students by next Tuesday. So I'll change this date to Sunday. And that's how it works. So you just will reply to that. Yours will show reply because this is me setting it up. Um, I hope you enjoy the discussion board because I feel this section is always really interesting. Sometimes you're sharing art, so that's cool too. But sometimes, like this discussion, why do people? There's big questions in art history that happen during this part of the course that are I feel great discussion topics, and I hope that you'll all enjoy this as much as I do. I don't consider the discussion board to be busy work. I feel like it's a really great way to get you to engage with each other and the material in a way that like a test or writing assignment can't do. All right, I think that's probably enough for now. Don't forget, you have to take this test. I'm going to stress this because everything kind of hinges on this. If you don't do this, you really can't do anything in the course. That's the way it's meant to go. So do the test and then get the rest of the assignments that are due by Sunday. And then we'll be on our Tuesday and Thursday schedule. All right, please get in touch with me if you have any questions. Um, just hit the contact information, and there's my number. Obviously, you can email me is the easiest way. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know if you need help.